but I don't have much room.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of the Midwest Digital Marketing Conference Facebook Live series. My name is Brianna Smith, and I am the Executive Director of the Midwest Digital Marketing Conference here in St. Louis. During these Facebook Live series, I sit down with some of our awesome speakers and marketing experts, and we talk about some of the hottest topics in marketing right now, and about their sessions and about the conference. And today I am really excited because I have one of my favorite speakers. Not that I play favorites, but one of my favorite speakers, Vanessa Cabrera. She is the CEO of Your Social Media Mentor Inc. She's an award winning marketing consultant, a social media and email strategist, and a dynamic speaker who travels the country helping small businesses understand and leverage the power of email and social media to 10 times their online visibility. She's a one-woman show. Vanessa built VanessaCabrera.com to a thriving business in just 3 years. Her creative mind and out-of-the-box thinking continues to drive her to the forefront as the go-to expert of email and social media marketing, and she is just the biggest sweetheart, and I am so excited to have her today on the show. Hey, Vanessa.
Hi, how are you?
I am
It's
good.
so good to see you.
You too. You-
So good to see you.
Awesome. Well, I want to say a quick shout out to Carla. Thanks for joining us today. If you are joining
What's
us,
up, girl? Yeah, she's one of my clients. What's up, girl? Thanks for joining me.
awesome. So
Yeah,
I'd love to know, where you guys are joining us from. I'm here in St. Louis, as always. And Vanessa, you're up in the Chicago area, right?
yeah, I'm not far from you. I am in Chicago enjoying this glorious 72-degree weather. This thing came out in the clouds. I think it's fun.
This
Um,
thing that I haven't seen in a
We
while.
haven't seen it in a while, right? Like we're both from the Midwest, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, as soon as I'm done with this interview, we're going outside to play.
Yes, it is. Take your kids out, play. I know my dogs are dying to go on a walk. So
Yeah,
when they're like, "Are you done talking marketing, mom?"
he may make
Awesome.
an appearance. I'm just, forewarning you.
Yes, I mean he's a little marketing expert might make an appearance today.
Yeah, he's been doing it for weeks now, jumping in my webinars, my live streams. It is
You
what
know,
it
we go with the flow nowadays. And that's my motto in general. So we
He's
will roll with
learning.
it. Awesome. So, hey, Angela, thanks for joining us. And Andy, also here in St. Louis, awesome. Kirkwood. I'm
What's
up
up,
in St.
guys?
Charles, so not far away. Used to live in Kirkwood, actually. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us, guys. If you haven't joined us before, or if you're joining us after, make sure to throw any questions you have in the comments at any point in time. We will answer them live or check them after and answer them after we go live. But we are here to answer your questions, whether it's marketing or conference related. We're here to answer your questions.
Yeah,
So, Vanessa, can you tell us a little bit more about the amazing stuff that you're doing?
yeah. So things have changed,
A little
right?
bit.
Let's just talk about it. Yeah, things have changed. I have been very fortunate. I've been working from home for 7 years now, running my business from home. So it hasn't changed that much for me, except,
Yeah.
there's a 5-year-old running around, 24/7 and
Yeah.
managing lessons. And, I have to feed them
Hmm.
too. Yeah.
Every once in a
Think
while.
about that. Yeah, you got to feed them too. Which I've forgotten. But Jay really comes to me and it's like 2:30. He's like, "Mom, I'm hungry." I'm like, "Lord help me."
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing. But it's been, to be honest, like super busy for me right now, right? Like just trying to help as many
Yeah.
small businesses as possible. Especially helping them with their marketing right now. Like, no one saw this coming. And so, I think for me and for a lot of my clients and all of us in the beginning, it was very fear driven, like,
Yeah.
"Holy crap, this is real."
Yep.
And for me, especially when it comes to business and worrying about your business and money and all that stuff, it really started with the Midwest Digital Marketing Conference. When you guys canceled, I was like,
Yep.
holy crap, this is real. Like this
Yes.
just got fear.
Yep. And that's a
And so,
hard choice to make.
no,
Not now. Now it completely makes sense. But back when we made the call, it
yeah, you
was
guys did it early. I remember that.
yeah.
I remember the first big conference that I was like, this is serious, was when South by Southwest canceled.
Yep.
And when they canceled, like the
Yeah.
event industry, like we kind of took a step back.
Everybody started
Yeah,
to.
this was early on. It wasn't, really, really early. And so I commend Perry, the producer of the Midwest Digital Marketing Conference, and your team for making a very difficult decision, but very responsible decision of, canceling the Midwest Digital. I know it wasn't easy, I'm sure. But you guys have done a killer job of, and I don't even know what's in the background of transferring, converting a huge conference, right? This is a monster conference, guys. If you guys haven't attended, it's such a banging conference. It's one of my favorite conferences of the year
Thank you.
to go to, and I'm honored to speak. But it's just so chill. It's so fun. The speakers are insane. But you guys have done an incredible job, honestly, of transferring it from offline conference, huge conference, to now a virtual experience. So I'm actually excited because I get to see more speakers when I'm there. I'm limited to how many sessions I can go do, right? Because I'm speaking at, I have a breakout session, and then I'm like a networking, and I'm saying hi to old friends I met there, and networking with new friends. So now I'm like, well, on the positive side, I get to see like anyone I want.
All the sessions.
All of them. So I'm actually excited.
Yep, you're not limited now to, only seeing, 12 sessions if there's, 12 slots or something like that.
I did like 3 or 4 last year, and that was good, just because, you're busy networking, meeting new people. But so.
Yeah, no, that is the benefit of going online, but it is definitely it's a big experience in regards and learning curve to figure out how to move this online.
Now's the time to ask Brianna how she's doing this, okay? Like she's figuring this out.
Questions.
Any of them producers watching, I'd be asking Brianna all types of questions right now because we're going through it big time.
And I think one of the biggest things I've personally learned through this whole process is just communicate. Just communicate. I held a call last week with the speakers, just there to answer questions, or just emailing attendees, and it's all about communication right now. Just don't leave people in the dark. Even if you don't have an answer, just let them know that you're working on it and an answer is coming.
Yeah.
Like, don't leave them hanging.
That's a great tip. Yeah. Communication is vital. So with that, so I've been working, with a lot of my clients, and helping them maneuver their marketing, like, what now? And after the fear, right, of like, oh my gosh,
settling into our new normal.
You're like, okay, you know what? Let's look at the positive. Like, thank God for social media, right? Thank God for the online world, because we can still keep our businesses going somehow, some way, maybe in a different way, or maybe you can find different opportunities. So that's pretty much what I've been up to for the past 2-3 weeks, is really like buckling down and seeing how I can help my clients through this as best as I possibly can. And also helping event producers that I was supposed to be speaking at, helping them convert, doing these interviews and recording my sessions, now virtually, and, all that stuff. So, so it's been good. It's been an experience, and, I'm just really humbled and working really hard to help as many small businesses as I can. Like, I think as marketers, this is our time to like really
bring our creativity in and help
everything, and like brainstorm, like I've been brainstorming with other digital experts on my clients, going like, what can we do? Have you, I know you have a client like this. And so I think it's been awesome to see so many, and especially so many MDMC speakers talking about it and sharing ideas online. Totally inspiring. And so thank God that we have this online tool that we can still communicate and market our business.
Yep, we do.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if you guys are just joining us, today I am speaking with the fabulous Vanessa Cabrera and about marketing and her session at the Midwest Digital Marketing Conference, which is now online. We would have actually been in person this week. Vanessa was originally my last Facebook Live for 2020, but things changed. So we would have been actually having the workshop start tomorrow, which is crazy. But now the conference is the live virtual part is May 20th and 21st, but I'll tell you guys more about that a little later. But it's just weird to think about.
That's funny. I totally forgot. Yeah, I don't know what happened, guys. I missed that email to like schedule this interview. And I'm like, oh, I got to schedule it. I looked and I'm like, I had the last slot the day before the conference. So the workshop started today, and the conference was supposed to be tomorrow. So when I got the notice that on my calendar, I'm like, oh, that's right.
It
MDMC.
would have been, yes, it would have been
Right.
happening.
But on a
Ah,
positive note, at least I'm not doing this from a car or from, because I would
yeah.
have been driving down there or in the airport or something.
Yeah. So it
But
all worked out.
it all works out. It's all good.
So, guys, if you have any questions at any point, whether now or later, just throw them in the comments and we'll answer them. And we'd also love to know where you're joining us from. So, hey, Marley and Lynn, thanks for commenting and checking in with us. Awesome.
Schmidt. All right. Those are my 3 clients. I'm loving my clients. Hi, guys.
So much love. So
They're
much love.
so showing up. I love you guys. They're so showing up for me. Love it. Love
Awesome.
it. Nice.
So I'm going to dive into some questions that I have, but again, throw out your questions for Vanessa as well. So my first question is, what is online visibility? If, for those that don't know.
How much time do we have? Okay. So just to keep things simple, it is what it is, right? You need to be visible online to your prospects and to your customers, however that is. And so that means showing up in, whatever social media platform of your choice where your target audience is. But the key is to doing it consistently and, going through this. And even before this, the number one challenge for a lot of my clients, and I think for a lot of people when they're, working through their social media strategy, is staying consistent, right? They know that like we have these amazing tools literally at our fingertips,
Yes.
right? Literally, but they get stuck with being consistent. And now, like I've been saying to my clients, you need to be, now is the time to be totally ramping up your visibility, in my opinion, right? Like we've had, serious conversations through my group consulting program where a lot of them were, I don't know if this is the right time to market, should I be selling, and we all go through that. Is it inappropriate? All this stuff. And so that's part of the fear, right, that we were talking about. And so I'm like, listen, here's the thing. You're running a business, right? You're running a business. And if you lead with the help, and this kind of hit me, and I've been saying lead with the help over and over for the past 3 weeks, with your visibility, it's not going to come off opportunistic or sleazy or salesy, because I feel in my soul of souls that what everyone has to offer each human being is very valuable. But no one's going to know it unless you put yourself out there, right? You have to put yourself out there. So being visible online is exactly that. It's posting your posts, going live. If you're a writer, blogging, whatever the case may be. And so I really feel that there's a monster opportunity right now for businesses to rise if they're able to maneuver their marketing in such a way where they're coming from a place to help. And so many people need so many things right now to help them through this. So online visibility is just being visible consistently on social media so your prospects know how you can help them.
So we have a quick question from Andy. So how are you talking about the obvious negative impact of COVID-19, but spinning it in a positive way without coming across as insensitive or opportunistic? Kind of what you're just talking about. But yeah, I mean, it's a delicate balance, in my opinion. But yeah, what would you say?
Yeah, so great question, Andy. And so, like I said, these are the kinds of conversations that I've been having with my clients consistently for the past 3 weeks, either through my private clients or the group sessions that we've had. And so that's the number one question. It was like, how do we approach this without seeming opportunistic or sleazy or things like that? So I think number one, it's important to address the monster elephant in the room, right?
Yep.
It's not like marketing, everyday marketing, right? It's not the norm anymore. So I had the idea in my head of how I'm recommending to my clients is like, how can you help? Like, I know there's a way that you can help some way, somehow. That's just like the human being in all of us, right? And I feel as entrepreneurs, which is my target audience, which is my clients, is that entrepreneurs, small business owners, I think, got into our businesses wanting to help in some way. I think it was there, and then we forget because as business owners, we wear all these hats, right? Like we got to deal with so many things. But in its simplistic form, I really believe that we all started our businesses to help. I certainly did. And so if you listen to what people are saying, your prospects, their problems that they're going through, listen to their questions, listen to the fear, right, that's going around right now, and figure out a way to calm them and say, I know you're fearful. I know, you're needing help. This is how I can help. And that, to me, and a lot of my clients, we've been practicing this for the past 2 weeks, and it's actually working. I had a client, she owns a fitness studio, and she had to close her doors. Like, she was forced to close her doors. Luckily, she has an online membership where people can take her courses online, right? Her workouts online. So this sounds silly, but she's coming from a place where she's wanting to help. She's like, oh my gosh, my clients are stuck at home. They've done so much work, right? They've gotten so far with their health and fitness. She's like, I can't let them down. So she is like doubling down on her visibility. Like, she's posting twice a day, and we've maneuvered her marketing where she's now offering one-on-one personal fitness via Zoom or via FaceTime, just one-on-one personal training. She's doing live exercise via Zoom, right? Recording and posting. So she's gotten super creative, and she hates technology, by the way. Just not
a good relationship with that there.
That's why I'm her consultant. She pushes me to work out as much as I push her. And she's crushing it. She's gotten 6 new clients in her online membership. So people still are selling, and they're able to market themselves, but just, maneuvering their marketing just a little bit, so your customers know that you're coming from a place that you want to help. And that's exactly her messaging, and it's on point. So I think that's what I've been recommending my clients, leading with the help.
That's a great point. Don't lead with the sale. Focus on how you can help them during this time, and make their life as normal as possible right now. Can definitely be the big help. And anything to just ease their mind. I think a family member, family owns a bridal shop, and if we, it's not just the sale, it's that lots of brides are worried right now. They don't know what's happening, or when things are going to settle down, and are they going to be able to order? And it's yes, of course, we're a small business, and we need to stay in financially successful to stay open, but that's not the thing right now. The thing is, how can we make sure that it's going to be okay, and these things are still working, and they're still happening, and just coming from a positive place.
I think if you let's just be human about it, and let people know that you actually care. You care. You're running a business, and I'm pretty blatant and straightforward. I'm running a business, but I care about what's going on with these, with all these small businesses. And I think that's really the key. If you just show people that you really care, they'll understand. They'll get it.
I think show your personality. I mean, more and more businesses are putting a face to the brand, I think, now more than ever.
Yeah.
And because that's going to work. People want to connect with people right now.
Yeah. And we've been talking about this for years, right, Brianna? People want to do business with people, and, be your authentic self and all that. And it's not been very easy. Well, maybe this is giving them the time. That they needed, going, holy crap, okay, I need to do something, let me put myself out there.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so a little bit back to online visibility specifically. So we talked about what it is, but can it be measured?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So when we're talking about marketing, and so my, zone of genius or niche, or whatever you want to call it, because I talk a lot about different things. Like, I was once known as the email chick, right? And I'm totally dating myself, because there was only email back when I was marketing. There wasn't social media. So I was like the email expert, right? And then I know about LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram and, all that stuff. And so when you're talking about marketing, what I do is I create marketing plans. Okay. I was marketing communications manager, director of marketing, and you always have to have a plan for how you're going to use these phenomenal tools that we now have, right? So, it's wonderful that you can go on Facebook or Instagram, create your account, start posting. But if you really don't have a plan for how you're going to use this, you're going to waste a lot of time, you're going to waste a lot of money, and then you come to me and say, Vanessa, social media sucks. It doesn't work, right? I hear that a lot. And so one of the key things with measuring your online visibility is that in any plan, especially when it comes to marketing, if you're not measuring what you're trying to accomplish, you're never going to get there, right? So this is just like marketing 101, guys, right? So let's say, for example, everything's going virtual, right? And so I have a lot of my clients like thinking of doing virtual summits, doing webinars, things like that. So, when we sit down, we're like, okay, cool. I think that's a great idea. What's the purpose of the webinar? So you got to start, you got to work backwards, right? And so at the end of the webinar, what's the call to action? Are you going to sell them on your program? Are you going to, sell them on something? Are you trying to increase your Facebook group? Like, what's the objective, right, of doing this? And then we can plan out the webinar and then actually map out your marketing on how to fill the seats for your webinar. So your online visibility absolutely can be measured. It's just by putting together a marketing plan so you are crystal clear on why you're doing what you're doing, right? Like, why am I posting on Facebook so much? And why am I sending out their email? There's got to be an objective, and especially for business owners, right? So, so it absolutely can be measured to see, how many people viewed your live streams, how many people registered for your webinar because of this live stream, right? So it absolutely can be measured and should be measured. It should be part of your marketing plan.
Awesome. So we have a couple comments. So two from Maureen, and she says, "I have heard similar ideas lately. Every downturn creates an opportunity. Devote time to analyzing opportunities. The pandemic will end. Use this time to learn something, fix something in your business, update your CRM, reach out to old prospects, lead with value, give, give, give." I love that. If you've been thinking about making it, you're a physical store and you've been like, I'm going to go online, have an online store, but you just don't have the time.
Right.
Maybe now is the time. So you're going to go, you're going to build your online store, or, there are opportunities that you can take during this time.
Absolutely. That was one of the first things I did, Brianna, when everything got serious, and we were on lockdown. I went live within my community. And the first thing I thought of was like, okay, let's calm. Once I became calm, right? Like I said, I went through myself. Totally. I went through this too. I think we all did. I'm like, okay,
everybody had their moment of, oh goodness.
Freaking out, panic, fear, all of that. And like I said, all my speaking gigs were completely canceled. I'm like, okay, let's see what else I can do to get clients. But one of the things I did is I went live in my group and I'm like, okay, and it was kind of like brainstorming. Like, it was just like, okay, we have this online world that the 1918 pandemic didn't have at all. So that's a game changer. And so that was one of the first live streams I did, is using social media to look for business opportunities, right? Maybe starting a new business, if yours is complete lockdown and there's no way for you to make money at all right now, because there's businesses like that too, 100%, right? So that's one of the things that I recommended to my community to, again, increase your visibility, and don't be afraid or ashamed or now, it's a time to be vulnerable. Like, this is for real, for real. We are all going through this. This is one thing that's connecting all of us. And so if you're honest and you're like, listen, my husband just lost his job. I just lost my job. This is what we're looking for. This is our expertise, whatever the case may be, I promise you the help will come. I've seen it time and time again. Whereas human beings, we all want to help. And I've seen them, some of my clients, after seeing that live stream, go on LinkedIn and go on this. This is what I'm looking for. This is, this is the help I need. Or these are the partners I'm looking for. Or I'm looking for collaborations, right? Like, this is what I do. How can we work together? So I think this is a monster opportunity for people to, I don't even think people can see the opportunities out there, once they get past the fear. So for sure, the opportunities are out there. For sure.
I mean, it's just, you're pivoting your business. What is it going to be now? I mean, there's definitely some industries that are going to actually grow during this time, and like virtual, any live streaming stuff is going crazy. Virtual conference software everybody was kind of like, maybe we'll go virtual. Well, we're going to virtual. So everybody's
really cool
figuring it out.
software. Yeah.
So different things like that. But think about that opportunity, that way you've been wanting to grow your business that you haven't had a chance to. Another great question for Maureen. How often should we post on LinkedIn? Is every day too much? And I'd be curious for both a personal perspective, like your personal profile, and then also your business.
Yeah. So I'll just, full disclosure, I'm not too privy to LinkedIn groups, so I'm not really familiar with how they work, so I can't really speak on that. As far as like your personal profile, here's the thing, and I get this question asked all the time, even now, of, how often should I post, right? So again, you have to have a plan,
Yeah.
right? You don't want to post just to post. There's got to be a plan for your content, right? But I think, especially now, what I've been telling my clients, minimum, because all eyes are online. Like, that's where the attention is, right? Everyone's online. So now there's like insane the opportunities that are available to us. So I have been telling my clients at least 3 times a week. I'm actually running a challenge right now inside my group consulting program called the ATM, All Things Marketing. And it was a pop-up challenge. And this is how I keep my clients on their toes. And so I'm like, listen, the one thing I know right now is that we're on lockdown for another month. That's all I know, right? And so that also tells me that the attention is going to stay online, right? So I've challenged them it's a visibility challenge, to increase how often that they're online, right? Even back then, before this happened, 1 to 2 posts a week really isn't going to cut it on any social media platform when it comes to content, right? There's so much content coming at us 24/7, 365 days. We never close, 7-Eleven type of deal, right? Like, we never close. So I would say now, at least, 5 times a week. That's a challenge I put to my clients. But that could be like, going live on Facebook and then posting on LinkedIn and then creating one Instagram story, sending an email out, that kind of stuff, right? So I would say, at least 3 to 4 times on LinkedIn, but you need to have a plan. So, and, I don't want you posting just to post, because all eyes are on all of us right now. All eyes are online, but post something when you really have something to say, right? When you really have something to say. That's the one thing about these platforms, is like, we have these are our platforms. We have a voice to use these platforms. We can say whatever the hell we want to say, however the hell we want to say it, right? But if you're just posting just to like post, it's not going to get you what you need. So you have to have a plan for your content. But yeah, I would at least double down. Whatever you guys are doing right now, double down.
Double down. I like it.
Double down.
General rule, double down.
Double down. Yes.
Awesome. So one more question from me, and then we'll dive into a quick sneak peek at a word from our title sponsor, Agora Pulse, and then we'll dive into the conference some more. So what does it mean to become a rock star?
Yeah, I entitled that online rock star visibility. So visibility isn't really, being on social media 24/7. Yes, we want to be seen, and we want to be heard. But when you attain rock star status, and I'm not saying you need 1,000, followers. You don't need 10,000 Instagram followers to be a rock star. You don't need a ginormous email list to be a rock star. You don't need, 50,000 people in your Facebook group to be a rock star. What makes you a rock star, really, when you increase your online visibility, is that when you're known for what you do, okay, that's what makes you a rock star. So when they see you online, they're like, oh, she sells insurance, or oh, he's a fitness instructor, or she's, a Reiki healer, or, whatever it is, or they own a mom and pop pizza shop, like they instantly know who you are and what you do when they see you online. That's what being a rock star online is to me and my clients. Like, a lot of people are like, it means to have a lot of followers. It's not that. It's just because you're doing so well with your messaging and you're being so consistent. You're like, exactly what he or she does immediately when you see them on any social media channel.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to show you guys a quick word from our title sponsor, Agora Pulse, who's been incredible helping us with this transition as well. So I just want to give them a shout out, because they've been very helpful with ideas and everything. And then we're going to dive into a few more great questions that you guys have thrown in the comments and more about the conference.
Awesome.
All right, let's take a quick look.
To me, is staying in control, to know which employees of mine answers in what amount of time. And also I can create reportings so that clients always are in the know and understand what is happening and what has happened over the past 30 days, the past month.
I think the biggest value for me and my team is that I can use it with my team and we're all on the same page and know what's going on inside of the system as we use it.
All right, awesome. So yeah, just a quick word from our awesome title sponsor, who
I love Agora Pulse.
love
Agora
them.
Pulse.
You're looking for
Yes.
software. We love them. I know a lot of people that use them and that just love just them as a company as well. Just
Yeah.
everything they stand for and how just good people.
Yeah.
All right, so a couple more questions, and you guys can keep throwing the questions in there. The more, the better.
Great.
And
I love
so
it.
Allison has a great question. She represents a local pizzeria. They are currently on Facebook and Instagram only. Should they expand their visibility to Snapchat and or Twitter during this time? That's a great question, and also I think, in my experience, a question a lot of people ask: just what network should I be on?
Yeah, absolutely. So I love this question. What was her name again? Sorry, I lost you.
Allison.
Allison, love this question, Allison. Thanks so much for watching. So one of the things I actually cover in my breakout session that I'm going to be doing for MDMC is kind of like taking a step-by-step on creating your marketing plan, right? And so the first step I do is I ask my clients, what social media platforms are you on, right? And some of them say, Vanessa, I'm on Facebook and I'm on LinkedIn and I'm on Twitter, but I never use it. We're thinking about Instagram, right? And so they're on all these social media platforms, but they're a small business owner or a singlepreneur. And, do you think you're able to manage all of these social media platforms and understand each individual one? And able to engage with your audience at the same time. And that's really the number one mistake I see a lot of small business owners doing when it comes to social media, is trying to be everywhere to everyone, right? So this is what I normally say is that focus on one, maybe two. I'm actually down to one to my private clients. I'm like, double down on one, because, Facebook, they have like 2 billion people on Facebook. Close to 1.64 million users a day log on to Facebook. So, a lot of people were breaking up with Facebook and having an affair with Instagram, right? Because they thought, the engagement was really high on Instagram and all the kids were on Instagram, all the cool kids were on Instagram. So you first have to ask yourself, Allison, where's my audience hanging out, right? Like, where are they hanging out? And that's number one. Number two is, do I like this social media platform? That's a question real business owners need to handle. Like for me, Twitter gives me a headache, y'all. Don't ask me about Twitter. I think I did my first Twitter chat for MDMC last year. Scared me to death. I did it anyways. I didn't know what I could do this all day. I could live stream all day. Twitter chat scared the bejesus out of me, but I did. It did. It was so silly. Chris Strub was like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I don't know what I'm doing. What the hell is a Twitter chat?"
Tweeting thing. I know.
Yeah. Oh my God, I was stressed out, Brianna. Y'all stressed me out. But I pushed myself, right? Like I pushed my clients. So I would say right now, Allison, no, I wouldn't. If you are getting a ton of, if you're getting engagement on Facebook and Instagram right now, I would, like I said, I would double down your visibility on that. Whatever you're doing right now on those two platforms, if you built your audience and you're getting engagement and you're connecting with them, I would double down on your visibility. So if you're posting 2 or 3 times a week, I would post 5 or 6 times a week, right? I mean, what else are people doing, right? So I would say starting a new channel right now in the middle is not a good idea. I would focus and double down on the platforms that I have and grow that audience and focus on engagement, 100%. Thanking your customers, all that, running stories, things like that. But I don't think it's a good idea to start a new channel right now.
No. And kind of don't be reactive, be proactive,
Yeah.
reactive.
You're gonna get overwhelmed, right? You're gonna get overwhelmed with like starting this new Twitter channel, figuring it out. This takes time, right? It's
figuring out where your audience is and is it the right channel for you?
Exactly. Grow your followers, understand Twitter. Like you guys got Facebook and Instagram down, so you know that channel. So just focus on that. That's what I would do.
All right. Maureen has another question. Just so thank you for answering her previous questions. And then can you go into more detail about the plans?
The plan, a marketing plan?
I believe
Yeah.
so. So she previously asked about posting on LinkedIn.
Oh yeah. Okay. So inevitably, again, I would check out my session because I go deeper into this and actually walk through the process of creating a marketing plan. But for the details of LinkedIn, so there's got to be a reason for your content. So inevitably, yes, we want to provide free content and we want to provide useful information and position yourself as the expert and being the rock star that you are, right? Once people know you, right? But eventually that content, you need to make money. Like we're in business, right? And marketing is bringing your product to the market. So you should have a content plan for how you're going to like sow the seeds of like your free content to eventually give them an offer or a way to work with you or buy from you. And that's what a marketing plan should do.
Awesome. All right, we got another awesome watcher, Trish. Thank you for joining us. She asked, is this a good time to work on rebranding? For instance, rolling out a new logo. It's actually a great question because something I had a discussion about myself with someone today.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely if this was something, so here's the thing, guys. I've heard the word pivot a lot, right? Yeah. In this, like, and it's even come out of my mouth, is pivot. Are you pivoting? Blah, blah, blah. Well, the word pivot, and it reminds me of the Friends episode. I've seen that meme everywhere. Ross carrying the couch.
Yes,
anyway,
yes.
Okay. Pivot. When I first saw that episode, I was crying. So to pivot means like a sharp ass turn. Like it's a big, pivot. Yeah. I think that's like the wrong. And like I said, I used it in the beginning. I think it's the wrong word to use. So I think you should continue to do what you're doing, but again, double down on your visibility. If you already had plans to rebrand your business, yeah, go ahead and do it for sure. If you have the money, if you're already in the process of doing it, for sure. I don't want you to. A lot of people are just they're confusing their audience. That's what they're doing because they're in panic mode and they're in fear. All of a sudden, everyone's a Zoom expert, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everyone's a Zoom expert. Everyone's a webinar expert. Like all this stuff, and I'm like, you do SEO. Like what is?
Yeah.
But I get it. I get it. I totally understand where they're coming from. They know a ton of information using all these tools. I totally get that. And I'm not hating on like showing your expertise and leading with the help by no means. But I think when you do pivot, you're confusing your audience. So if you were already planning on rebranding, if that was already your plan and now you have the time and the space to like step back and be creative, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I definitely think about your audience, the industry you're in, just, is it, still being sensitive? But yeah, just figuring out, is it the right time? Maybe you push it off a week. I don't think you need to like keep it on hold forever. I mean,
right. We still got to do business.
Yeah. So I think, you make sure you tighten up that plan and make sure it's exactly what you want. So you're, confident in it. But yeah, I don't think you need to hold it forever, but, just I think preparing and making sure you're confident about it.
I think it's a really cool thing after coming out of this, being like, look, this is what I did. I'm like, here's my brand new website. Awesome. That's pretty badass that you did that. That's what you did in the pandemic. You know what I mean? Yeah, ain't no shame in that game.
Love it. Awesome. Great questions, guys. Any more questions? Throw them in the comments. All right. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about how the conference has changed. And then we're going to learn a little bit more about Vanessa's session. I know she's talked a little bit about it, but we'll learn a little bit more. So we used to be a 3-day in-person conference in St. Louis, a workshop day. It will be next year. With over 80 breakout sessions live in person. And now we're switching to virtual. And we have two components. We have our virtual summit, which is on May 20th and 21st, which is dates on the screen right there. That is a free event. There'll be I think we're at about 6 speakers on the 20th and 6 on the 21st. There are keynotes and some of our top in-demand speakers that are going to be live. And Anybody can attend. So if you just want to go to the website, bestmarketingconference.com, there's a link. We just ask you to sign up. But anyone can sign up, no payment, and you can attend that 2-day live summit. And then we have what's called our on-demand digital experience, which is access to on-demand recordings of all the sessions that were going to be at MDMC. Pretty much every speaker has agreed to submit their session, so we really did not lose even
Oh, that's awesome.
barely any. So because everyone still wants to help, they want to be there, and you get access to that for a year. So you can access.
Wow. A
Yeah.
year?
Yes.
No,
For
I
a
didn't
year.
know that. Holy
Yes.
cow.
So it's $99 and you get access to that for a year. So you have time to watch all like 80 sessions because it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have some interactive virtual chats with speakers that I'm going to give them details on this week. And some awesome prizes. And our sponsors are doing some really cool things. So it'll be kind of our unique way of going online and trying to still keep that MDMC vibe online.
Nice.
But so that's an option. So again, anyone can attend the virtual 2-day summit, which will be about 12 speakers total, I think is what we're at right now. And then you get all 80 recordings if you do the $99. If you already bought your ticket to MDMC 20, and obviously it's not happening this week in person, you already get access to all that content and you get a ticket to MDMC 21. So you just get everything right now.
Ooh, that's a sweet deal.
So yeah, if you keep your ticket, then you just come next year and see everything this year. All right.
I
So
do over that.
because now we have all of these sessions online, you can watch all of them. But I want to talk obviously today about your session, Vanessa. So can you tell the attendees, a little bit more about what they can expect during your specific breakout session called Online Rockstar Visibility?
Yeah, so I talked a little bit about it earlier today, but like I said, I basically kind of walk you through step by step on how to create your own online marketing plan, right? I talk a little bit about what Rockstar Visibility is and what it isn't. And then I'm definitely going to give you guys some takeaways. One thing I do really, really pride myself and work really hard at any of my presentations, whether they're online webinars or offline on stage, is that I give you guys real tips that you guys can absolutely do right then and there and walk away from. So I'm definitely going to drop some nuggets on how to increase your visibility that are really easy, just different ideas in order to build your following, build your email list, and increase your online visibility. So I don't want to give too much away because it's all in but that's what's going down during my session.
Awesome. So previously, people would have had to pick and choose which sessions to attend in person, but now they have access to all of the sessions. But it is still overwhelming to try to figure out, what sessions are applicable to you, which ones do you want to start with versus, again, you have a year to watch them all. So how does someone know if this is the right session for them to watch?
So that's a great question. So my target audience, or the audience that I tend to or just gravitate towards me when someone hears my story, and I give a little bit of my story in my session, are generally women entrepreneurs. But I do work with men. I don't discriminate, guys. It's just so it happened organically. It really did once they heard how I started. So entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, small business owners. I've also worked with different corporations on creating their marketing plans too, like coming in and helping them, and which social media platform should we be on, and things like that. So it's tailored really towards entrepreneurs and small business owners, and corporations may take some things away, but that's who it's tailored for.
All right. Perfect. So if you fall into that category, this is going to be one that you're going to put at the top of your list to watch. And maybe make sure to attend, ask Vanessa some questions. You'll see we'll have interactive features for you guys to communicate with the speakers and ask them questions just like today. So we will have ways to do that because that's the important part of the conference and working on networking.
Brianna's
things.
like, I'm working on it.
I'm working on it. I'm good.
Russian Brianna's girl. Brianna's working on a whole lot of stuff, and she's like, there will be a way to do
I will.
that.
I mean,
There will be a way to do that. She's working through. God bless you, Brianna. I know you're working really hard on this. I appreciate you. So I think it's gonna be dope. I think it's gonna be fun. You know, I mean, virtually. I think, you know, if you guys are gonna bring the flavor what you do offline, online, I think it's gonna be awesome. So
yeah. So I am getting my creativity out, guys. You know, it's, you know, we won't say it's a full pivot. We'll say it's like a slight adjustment, all obstacle in the road.
yeah.
I think I'm excited. I'm excited for the different networking experiences and things that we're working on. So you guys still get as much of the MDMC experience as possible.
Yeah, it'll be dope for sure.
Awesome. Thanks, Allie, for such a sweet comment. Thank you for all of this. Looking forward to the conference. Awesome. Great.
Yay.
All right, guys. Well, any other questions? Oh, I do have another question.
Oh, okay.
I forgot I have one.
Okay.
I wanted to see who you are excited now to watch their session, since you get to have access to all of the sessions as well.
Oh man, you know, there's so many. Thanks for putting me on the spot. No, that's okay. There's so many. I will say this. Last year, I wanted to go to Mike Alton's content workshop, his workshop. I went to his breakout session, which was standing room only. It was insane. I like had to crawl my way to the front because I'm always
not have that problem. So.
Yeah. I was like, holy cow. And he did amazing. You know, Jeff C too, he's super creative. But I'm looking forward to attending his workshop because by the time I went to sign up for it, you know, I got confused. I thought I had access as a speaker to the workshop. Turns out I didn't.
Sorry, they do have a room limit.
I'm like, I'll totally buy a ticket. I'll totally buy it. I'll totally buy it. They're like, oh, it's full. I'm like, oh, crap. So that one is definitely one I'm looking forward to attending because I missed it last year. And to be honest, I haven't really seen the entire lineup. I'm just being honest. But that one I want to attend because I know he's doing another one.
Yeah, so he will be speaking. Mike will be there speaking at the conference. But yeah, guys, go to the website, check out the schedule, see if this applies to you. I'm sure there's going to be more than one session that applies to you, but if at least it says. Awesome. So now I don't see any more questions right now, but if you guys are watching this later on the replay, throw your questions in the comments. We will answer them.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. So any questions you have for Vanessa or myself about the conference, we are here to answer them. But thank you everyone for joining us for our Facebook Live series this week. And we will actually have 6 more now that the conference isn't until towards the end of May.
Yeah, now I'm the last one. Yeah. We do have more people get to be interviewed. That's cool.
Yes. So we'll have 6 more free of these Facebook Live series and then the 2-day free virtual summit. Nice. So awesome. Well, thank you so much, Vanessa, for joining. I'm sorry to be the little marketer, the mini marketer.
I know. He stayed upstairs today. So shocking. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but well, I'll deal with that in a minute. But but yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for having me, Brianna. I adore you guys. I know how hard you guys work on MDMC. I love this conference. It's one of my favorite conferences. I look forward to it every year. Monster crush when I got that email. But again, you guys, were super responsible very early. I respect that. And all the work that you guys are doing for MDMC. And yeah, I'm here. I'm very excited to be able to see all these speakers now virtually. So
yes. All right. Awesome. Well, thanks again, guys, for joining. And I hope to see you next week and also at the virtual summit, May 20th and 21st. Thanks.
See ya.